Bam, reverse flick action. That feels good. And the thumb deployment. All right, that feels pretty good too. Kind of gives me a little bit of Spyderco vibes. Just one small issue with this particular one. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out another model from this brand. This is HX Outdoors. And there's one other model that we have checked in the past from them. It hasn't necessarily been a great experience. And, you know, I kind of want to push the reset button and kind of give this knife a fair chance, kind of go in, not even thinking about what happened with that other model, which again, those videos are here on the channel if you want to check them out. But we're going to start with a clean new slate with this model here and see how it goes. This one's the TD-15T. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in here. It should have, I believe, titanium on the scales, and it should be an interesting one for a very affordable price. I always do enjoy and like the fact that they come in these sort of plastic, you know, cases or what have you. That's a little bit of extra attention to detail there, if you ask me, as compared to a paper box. And of course, bam, there is the knife. We're going to check that out in a moment. And we have their wiping cloth and a little, you know, outdoors social little handout right there. Wiping cloth, good stuff. And let's go ahead and check out the knife here, shall we? If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Here we go. All right, this one got some oils and everything. So let's go ahead and kind of give it a nice little wipe. Get all nice and cleaned up and ready to showcase here in its full glory. All right, here we go. Let's see. First impressions, I'm absolutely digging the milling on here, right? Definitely something very interesting. Not just a boring milling, right? We got some lines, we got a little bit of squares and whatnot, right? So I'm getting a little bit of pull, but that is perhaps from the liner underneath. We do have a liner on the liner side. It is a liner lock after all. But let's see. Obviously the hardware is going to be steel, but not a strong pull here. So there we go. That's good. Definitely feeling like something other than steel. And it does say titanium, so I wouldn't think that it's aluminum or anything like that. So that's good. Good milling there going on. Definitely digging the lines and everything. It says there's a little bit of text here. There we go. Titanium alloy. All right, that's what it says on there. Titanium alloy. So they kind of put that in a very interesting font because it kind of blends in. You can barely see it unless you really squint your eyes and check there. But there you go. That is what we are working with here. We got some holes on there, which is maybe more or less of their design language, if you would. This other model that we looked at is called the Dark Master, I believe, and we see some similarities there, right? There are the lines, mill lines, and then, you know, somewhat of the squares, but most certainly we have the sort of oval pill-shaped holes, kind of like speed holes, but more accentuated there. You can actually see the blade. So there we go. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get this thing deployed here. One thing really quick, we do have a pocket clip. It is kind of like a Spyderco style pocket clip, it looks like, with the 3 screws. Not necessarily the most deep carry knife out there, right? Kind of take a look there, about that much will stick out of the pocket, something to keep in mind. And it is not reversible on the other side. So just an observation there. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing deployed. Here we go. Reverse flick. Am I going reverse flick? Should I go flipper? Let's go flipper first. All right, we have jimping on the flipper tab. And it's actually much higher than the pivot, so that should help. Bam. All right, we got a solid deployment there. Let's go ahead and get it disengaged right there. All right, is it on ball bearings? Yes, yes, it is on ball bearings. So we go to that again. Nice. Feeling a little bit of a stick there on the liner. All right, if you see the liner there, kind of, I require a little bit of extra force just to get it to disengage. Perhaps just a matter of breaking this guy in a little bit. So let's see. Light switching it works good. What about push buttoning it? Okay, that works as well. Let me see. Even if I put a little bit of effort on there, it works. All right, so that's good. Now, what about that reverse flick action? That feels good. And the thumb deployment. All right, that feels pretty good too. Again, still getting a little bit of stick, all right? You can see a little bit of stick there with the liner. Just noticing that it requires just a little bit more force to disengage the normal. Let's check out the lockup right there. Get a nice zoom in. It's actually way in there. A little bit hard to see, but that's like maybe more than halfway or perhaps halfway. All right, on the lockup, you guys be the judge. We can see the D10 ball in there as well. Let's see here, a little bit of a shake shutter. Right, reverse Spidey flick is good. What about thumb deployment? All right, that feels pretty good as well. We do have access to the liner from the show side, and we do have some jimping on there as well. Hopefully that little stick, right, on the liner there goes away a little bit over time. We're looking forward for that. Alignment is good, smack in the middle. That looks pretty good there. Now, we're definitely digging the Spidey flick there. That's going to be the way to go for me. Absolutely digging that. All right, let's check out the blade, guys. All right, I've been flicking this thing left and right. Let's check out the blade. We have D2 steel on the blade here with a satin finish. We have a little bit of, letters in a different language. I'm just going to assume that is Mandarin Chinese, perhaps. I could be wrong. All right, someone out there can recognize that. Let me know. There's the model TD-15T. I'm pretty sure this one has an actual model, right? This one's called the Dark Master. This one's probably have, some sort of name. They just, they rather put the model code on there for some reason. I'm not sure why. Satin finish here with a flat grind. What are we calling this thing, right? It's kind of like a little bit of a, kind of gives me a little bit of Spyderco vibes, right? Obviously, it doesn't have the Spyderco round hole, and it's kind of unique in its own way, but sort of, if I had to kind of, match the DNA a little bit, it was definitely a little bit Spyderco-y, if you would, but yeah, I mean, it's still its own thing. Let's check out the ergo. So if I do the standard grip here, hammer grip, I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip. I can also put my thumb right here. That feels good, right below, right behind the little section right there with the jimping, right between the blade and the handle. Notice also how the handle kind of dips a little bit, kind of to create that, circular design, perfect for your thumb there. So that feels nice. But then we have the finger choil option here, so you could either grip like this or just put your thumb on the spine of the blade, which actually feels really nice. So I'm definitely digging that. That feels good, right? We have a backspacer here. What is this backspacer? That is, it feels like a steel backspacer. I'm not just getting pull from the steel liner, but also the backspacer itself. So there you go. Maybe adds a little bit of balance there to the knife. Is it? Yeah, balance is about right there, just about where the liner disengagement is. All right. Actually, in the pocket clip, well, good thing about the pocket clip is that it's actually pretty comfortable. I'll give this thing a good 9.5, 9.8 out of 10 all day, every day. Right. Very comfortable, easy to squeeze on. Doesn't stab you in any way, shape, or form. The milling gives you additional grip as well, so that is functional also, and I'm really digging, right, the pattern there. And I mean, yeah, so far making a great first impression, D2 steel. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons here, shall we? All right, let's see. First, I want to compare it to the Dark Master, right? This is the OG, also on D2. That one is a plunge lock, button lock, as compared to the liner lock on this one. And yeah, I did have just one small issue with this particular one. Check out that video for more details here in the channel. Let's do the typical ones that we always compare it to. There is the MSI from Microtech. There is the Stitch. Obviously, both of those are going to be a little bit larger in size, as you can see. Here's the PM2, Spyderco PM2, and the Para 3. Right, Para 3 is actually just a hair larger, as you can see there. All right, you guys be the judge. Here's the Demco 80-20.5 and the Kombucha, right? It's actually a little bit shorter than the 80-20.5 and of course shorter than the Chat. Here's the Tenable Fenrir. It's a little bit longer there. Here's the CJRB Pyrite Light. Take a look at that one. That's a little bit longer there as well. And last but not least, we got the Fentiso Parrot and the Vosti Corgi. All these are highly recommendable and linked down below if you guys want to check prices, availability, variants, and all that good stuff. And I do have content for all these knives, so hopefully that gives you a ballpark there, and you can look up the videos with the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box. You'll find those videos right away. Also digging the plunge grind situation here is pretty good, so I definitely dig that. It's way over here where my nail is. So that's a good plunge grind situation. I'll be able to sharpen this knife plenty of times before developing a smile. So, all right, here we go. Paper time, right? We have a D2 steel blade. I'm hoping we don't run into any issues with this one. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, listen. What a difference, right? The other model that we struggled with before, got nothing on this model right here. Look at that, right? That is... obviously, and you've seen plenty of knives cutting pretty well, but yeah, no knife that is a viable cutting tool should struggle with at least even cutting paper. And this thing is epic, wicked sharp out of the box, no doubt about it. And cutting pretty good. I mean, cutting paper isn't really proving much, but that is already a relief. Again, we did have a little bit of struggles with that other model before. So got a piece of cardboard here. This one's a little bit on the thin side. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle. So it should look something like this. Oh yeah, flat grind putting in work. It's exactly what I would want a brand new knife to cut like. Yeah, absolutely. They have, with this model, HX Outdoors they have absolutely redeemed themselves in my eyes. At least the experience I've had so far between this model and the Dark Master or whatever, this other model here. This one is definitely the winner of the two, and it definitely cuts, definitely performs pretty well. You guys saw this thing in action. That is exactly what you want out of a brand new knife out of the box. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Rate it in the scale. Rate it in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is it? Rate that factory edge, right? 10 being the highest. Let me know. You all let me know in the comments. Well, there you guys have it. That is the HX Outdoors. I believe this one probably has a name other than the model TD-15T. It is titanium handles on this one. We have D2 steel. This one is actually very affordable. So by the time you're watching this video, right, check out the links down below. I would have linked to all the different sites where you can pick this guy up if available. It should be available, right? Action's good, good reverse flick, good thumb deployment. Even the flipper tab works pretty good there. The only thing I'm noticing so far is the whole engagement with the liner lock. But even that's going away a little bit. So again, this is just an unboxing, raw first impressions video. I will be carrying this knife for some time and gathering as much feedback as I possibly can here for a comprehensive review video down the line. So if you're not yet subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. Make knife and EC content on a daily basis and you will not be disappointed. Also smash that like button while you're at it. It really helps this video with the YouTube algorithm reach a larger audience. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one, right? What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know in the comments. Let's hang out down there. I want to give a huge shout out to HX Outdoors for setting this one in for me to check out and share with you guys. And a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your love and support. I'm going to go ahead and toss a video I recommend over there to the left, or check out this video YouTube recommends to the right. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.